Hi everyone, my name is Miss Blumer. This year, we're going to be doing lots of activities together and learning about ways to stay healthy. The name of this program is Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds. This year, we're going to be learning about lots of healthy behaviors. Some of these are washing your hands, the My Plate, parts of the plant, smart snacking, and healthy lunches. Let's talk about things in our environments that keep us safe and healthy. Look around the room that you're in right now. If you're at home, maybe you're in your bedroom or the living room. Perhaps you're in the kitchen. What do you see that can keep you safe and healthy? I'm going to give you a minute to look around. Okay, maybe you see a sink or soap. Perhaps you see sanitizer or masks. Maybe you see healthy snacks or water, tissues. Maybe you see your parents if you're sitting near them. Now, I want you to think about where you live. So think about your whole house. What's something there that keeps you healthy? I'll give you a minute. Okay, at home we have space to play. Maybe you have a backyard or a playground that you can play in. Perhaps you have a bathtub or a shower, one or the other. Maybe you have both. We have food and water at home. We have soap and sinks, toothpaste and toothbrush. Maybe you have a bicycle or a jump rope. Maybe you've got basketballs or baseballs and things like that you could play with outside. And at home, we usually have our safe adults there with us, don't we? Now I want you to think about school. Can you think about anyone or anything there that keeps you healthy or safe? Yeah, at school we have our snacks and our lunches. There's water and a playground, the teacher, principal. And if you live in a city, perhaps you have crossing guards that help you get across the street. Now I want you to think about the community where you live. That's like your city or your town. There's lots of places and people that can help us be healthy in our town. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Okay. Now in my town, I have a doctor's office. There's nurses, there's firemen and police that live or that work near me. There's a hospital. Maybe you have one of those near you. I bet you have a grocery store nearby. Stoplights and stop signs. Those are near us too. That keep us healthy and safe, right? Okay, now that we've talked about our community and our areas, I want you to think about the fact that germs can live almost anywhere. Like anything that you can see probably has some germs living on it. So, how many germs do you think are on your hands right now? I'll give you a second to think about that. It's a big number, so think big. All right, did you guess 5,000? Because if you did, you were right. There could be up to 5,000 germs on your hands. I know that's really gross, isn't it? So it's important to wash away those germs because we don't want them getting into our mouths and making us sick. So when do we wash our hands? We wash our hands before we eat. We wash our hands after using the bathroom, after playing outside, and if they look or feel dirty, especially if they feel sticky or you can see dirt on them, it's a good time to wash them. Well, why do we wash our hands? Like, what's the point, right? Oh, because we have to wash off the dirt, right? We have to wash germs off if they feel sticky. And we want to prevent germs from getting into our bodies because if we get a germ in our mouth, it could make us sick. Nobody likes to be sick, right? All right, now speaking of putting germs into our mouths, we sometimes can put germs into our mouths when we're eating. That's how it usually happens. So there's lots of foods we eat with our hands. So I want you to think about those because it's important to wash your hands every time you eat, but it's especially important if you're going to be touching your food with your hands. And almost every time we eat, we have to touch something with our hands, don't we? So I want you to think of foods you eat with your hands. I'll give you a second. And we'll see if some of your ideas match up with the one that I've got. Okay, let's see. I was thinking of sandwiches. You eat those with your hands. Were you thinking of that too? All right. How about apple slices with peanut butter? I love that snack. But we definitely have to use our hands for that, don't we? Grapes? Who thought of grapes? Well, those are purple grapes. I like green ones the best. You like green grapes too? I also thought of carrot sticks and tacos. That's one of my favorite dinners. Okay. Now, it's really important to keep our hands clean, especially to prevent the spread of germs. Remember, washing your hands is best, but what else can you do if water and soap isn't available? Can you think of something? Yeah, hand sanitizer. And remember, after you squirt the sanitizer on your hands, you have to rub it until it's dry. Otherwise, it doesn't work as effectively. All right, so we're going to talk about washing our hands, all the steps. So first, we're going to stand in front of the sink, and we're going to turn on the warm water and then put our hands under the water and get them wet. Can you guess what we have to do next? Yes, we have to add soap. So put the soap on your hands. Think about how long you should be scrubbing. Do you remember? You might have learned this before. All right, if you thought 20 seconds to scrub your hands, you are correct. So you have to scrub the palms of your hands, in between your fingers, the backs of your hands, this part of your hand that's squishy right here, that's called the pads of your fingers. You have to scrub those, the wrists, your fingernails. Make sure you get it all. And 20 seconds is about as long as it takes you to sing the ABCs or the happy birthday song 2 times. So that's 20 seconds. All right, now after we've scrubbed them, we have to rinse them off and then dry them with a paper towel. Now, what is the final step after we've dried them off? What did we forget? Yes, we have to turn the faucet off, but make sure you do it with a paper towel because if you turn the faucet off with your bare hand, remember you touch the faucet to turn it on, so there's still germs on it. So if you touch it with a paper towel to turn it off, you're not transferring those germs back onto your hands. Okay, so now what we're going to do is practice real quick washing our hands. So I'd like you to turn on your pretend faucet, make sure it's nice and warm, and then get your hands wet. Okay, 1 squirt of soap. And now remember, we're going to scrub for 20 seconds and not just our palms. We have to make sure we get in between our fingers, the backs of our hands, the pads of our fingers, our wrists, and especially those fingernails. Germs love it underneath fingernails and around fingernails. And if you bite your nails, I know some of us like to do that every now and then. If we get a hangnail, you got to make sure those are nice and clean. Okay, so don't bite your nails. That's gross, right? Okay, they're all washed up. And now we're going to rinse them off. Take your paper towel, dry them off, and then take your paper towel and turn off your faucet and throw your paper towel in the trash. Very good. All right. So that brings us to the end of our first lesson. I hope you had as much fun as I did. So just remember to follow the steps when washing your hands to keep the germs away. And until next time, this is Miss Blumer with Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds. I'll see you.
Today we're going to review hand washing by getting up and moving. Did you know that your hands may be dirty even if they look clean? Germs are too small to see, so it's crucial for good health to wash hands properly and for the correct amount of time before eating. Do you remember how long we should be washing our hands for? Yes, 20 seconds is correct. Before we start, let's quickly review the steps to wash our hands. I'm going to read a sentence. When I say the word blank, you're going to fill in the correct word. So let's get started. Number 1, turn on the blank and wet your hands. Yes, faucet or water. Number 2, squirt blank onto wet hands. Yep, soap. Number 3, scrub your hands, fingers, nails, and wrists on blank sides. Yes, both. Very good. Number 4, do this for at least blank seconds. Yes, 20. You got it. Number 5, blank hands with water. So after we've scrubbed them, yes, we rinse. And number 6, dry hands with a blank towel. Yes, paper towel. Good job. Okay. So one more time, how long do we wash our hands for? Yes, 20 seconds is correct. So today we're going to learn how long 20 seconds really is. We're going to play a game called Push It for 20 seconds. We're going to try really hard for 20 seconds to do whatever activity is chosen without stopping. Our first exercise is marching in place. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to back up so you can see me, and we're going to do each activity for 20 seconds. I'm going to tip this down so you can see what I'm doing back there. All right. So we're going to march in place for 20 seconds. Ready? Let's go. We're just going to march just like a soldier. Okay, we got to go for 20 seconds. Don't stop. You can even move your arms if you'd like to. I'm going to add those in there, give my arms a little workout. Keep going. We're almost there. All right, that was 20 seconds. Wow. Okay, so you got an idea what we're doing? All right, good. Okay, our next activity are large arm circles. They look like this. We're gonna go forward, all right? Remember, we have to do it for 20 seconds. Ready? Let's go. All right. Keep them moving. We can go fast or slow. Maybe try to go about as fast as I am. This is about medium, maybe. Okay, keep going. Keep going, we're almost there. And 20, very good. All right, our next activity is called high knees. It's kind of like marching, but you're gonna get your knees really high up. Lift them up as high as you can go. Are you ready? 20 seconds, let's go. All right, we got them going. You can go fast or you can go slow, but get those knees up nice and high. Whew, this one's really got my legs working. How about you? Keep going and stop. Good job. Okay, our next activity is called small kicks. And it's just going to kind of be like this. We're going to be doing little kicks, all right? Are you ready? And go. Remember, 20 seconds. We're kicking those feet out. You can go fast or you can go slow, but don't stop. Keep going. We're almost there. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, our next activity is called reach up high, and it's just going to be like this. We're reaching our arms up nice and high. You ready? Go. 20 seconds. Let's go. Get them up nice and high. All right, keep on going. Just a few more. Don't stop now. Keep going. And 20 seconds. Good job. Okay, our last exercise is called a ladder climb. Now, a ladder climb is this motion and this motion together. So like we're going up a ladder. So we're combining two activities that we've already done into one. All right, are you ready? Are you sure? Okay, let's go. We're climbing that ladder. Keep going. Get up there. All right, don't stop now. We've got 10 seconds left. And almost done. And stop. Very good. All right. Okay, good job. Are you a little out of breath? I know I am. That was a lot of exercise. So did 20 seconds seem like a long time to you? Yeah, it did on some of those, right? So remember, 20 seconds is how long it takes to get rid of germs and dirt. So I hope you had fun getting up and moving with me today. I hope to get up and move again with you soon. Bye.
Today we will be reading Chicks and Salsa. It is written by Aaron Reynolds and illustrated by Paulette Bogan. There were grumblings in the henhouse of Nuthatcher Farm. The chickens were tired of chicken feed. The rooster took it upon himself to solve this problem. Mrs. Nuthatcher, the farmer's wife, had started watching cooking shows in the afternoons. The rooster was perched on a fence post outside the farmhouse window when he discovered the solution to his problem. Salsa! Led by the rooster, the chickens crept into the garden where they took tomatoes and uprooted onions. That night the chickens ate chips and salsa, though nobody was quite certain where the chickens got the chips. The tasty tang of tomatoes and onions hung over the barnyard, and the rooster said, "Olé!" Very soon there were mumblings at the duck pond of Nuthatcher Farm. Inspired by the chickens, the ducks decided they were tired of fish. With the rooster's encouragement, the ducks dipped into the garden where they selected cilantro and gathered garlic. That night the ducks ate guacamole, though nobody was quite certain where the ducks got the avocados. The spicy scent of garlic and cilantro hung over the barnyard, and the ducks said, "Olé!" The next morning there were rumblings in the pig pen of Nuthatcher Farm. Overwhelmed by the enticing aromas, the pigs decided they were tired of slop. While the rooster distracted Farmer Nuthatcher, the pigs plodded into the garden where they borrowed beans and chopped chilies. That night the pigs ate nachos, though nobody was quite certain where the pigs got the nacho cheese sauce. The delightful deliciousness of cheese and chilies hung over the barnyard, and the pigs said, "Olé!" As everyone knows, when a passion for southwestern cuisine takes hold of farm animals, and so many sumptuous, spicy, savory scents collide in the barnyard air, it can only lead to one thing. Fiesta! The rooster got things organized, then returned to his fence post to watch for a good enchilada recipe. The horses decorated the barn. The bull practiced his Mexican hat dance, though nobody was quite certain where the bull got the sombrero. And the chickens, ducks, and pigs snuck into the garden. But all of their spicy southwestern supplies were gone. The scallions had been stolen. The peppers had been pilfered. The limes had been lifted. But there were slurpings in the kitchen of Nuthatcher Farm. Stirred by the succulent smells in the barnyard, Mrs. Nuthatcher had decided to make tamales for the county fair. A saucy sweetness hung over the farmhouse kitchen, and Mrs. Nuthatcher said, "Olé!" Disappointed, the animals canceled the fiesta. That evening, the chickens ate their chicken feed, the ducks ate their fish, and the pigs ate their slop. But while the nuthatchers were at the fair, the rooster crept into the kitchen and borrowed a French cookbook. The next morning, the rooster ate crepes with white grapes and champagne sauce, though nobody was quite certain where the rooster learned how to read. A satisfied smile stretched over the rooster's beak, and the rooster said, "Ooh la la."
So how did you like that book? Yeah, I liked it a lot too. I liked how all the animals tried new things. It's important to try new foods. Okay, I hope you had fun today. I'll see you later. Bye. Hi there, my name's Miss Blumer. Today we're going to be making a very delicious and fun recipe called watermelon salsa. It's a fun alternative to your traditional tomato salsa. So come on, let's go. I'll show you how to make it.
For this recipe, you'll need a watermelon, a red bell pepper, an onion, cilantro, a jalapeno pepper, lime juice, and oil.
First of all, we need half of an onion, diced. Next up, we need half of a red bell pepper. We're also going to dice that up. Make sure you take those seeds out of there. And we're going to dice this into small dices as well. Now we need a tablespoon of jalapeno pepper. We're going to cut this open. If you don't want your salsa to be spicy, take out the insides and the seeds. If you do want it to be spicy, leave those in because that's where the spice comes from in a jalapeno pepper. And I think just cutting off the end, that's going to be enough. It wouldn't be salsa without some cilantro. We need 2 tablespoons of this. Some people chop this. I prefer to cut it with scissors because I find that to be a little easier. Our next ingredient is watermelon. We need 3 cups of this. I'm going to go ahead and cut this into bite-sized pieces. If you just, whoop. Okay, we have 3 cups of watermelon, 1/2 of an onion diced. We have 1/2 of a red bell pepper diced. We have 2 tablespoons of jalapeno pepper diced. We have 2 tablespoons of cilantro chopped. We have 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil, and we have 2 tablespoons of lime juice. We're gonna mix this together and make us a salsa. So I'm going to dump this in there. A little tiny bit of oil and some lime juice. And I'm going to mix that up, and that's all there is to it.
This is a very healthy recipe, and it goes delicious with tacos or simply with corn chips. Enjoy!